Good morning again, Sunrisers. It's election season, and every candidate is aiming for victory on September 3. And so this morning, we're hitting pause to connect with one of our lady candidates. Our guest this morning is Attorney-at-Law and the People's National Party MP candidate for St. Andrew North Eastern, Stacey Knight. Now, Stacey is a multidisciplinary professional with over 2 decades of experience. Welcome to Sunrise, Stacey. It's good to have you.
Thank you,
looking bright in the morning. I always find it so fascinating when people look so bright so early.
You mean like you?
Well, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, so Stacey, for those, let's jump into it. I know we're going to get into your, your vision and your things like that. But for those of us, maybe we don't know you, we don't know who is Stacey. Give me your timeline. Born where, school where, just a little timeline up to this point.
All right, that's a lot of detail.
Not the whole CV,
that's a lot of detail.
Not the whole CV,
I went to Immaculate Conception High School. I studied at University of the West Indies, where I did a bachelor's degree in computer science. I then worked in between all my degrees, and I have a few. I then worked in kind of media sign company kind of thing, worked with Image One, is the company now. It was Quick Signs back then. Then I did a master's in educational psychology at McGill University in Canada. Came back to Jamaica and was lecturing in computing, IT, programming. Did that for about a decade or so. Lectured at UWI, at UTech. No, not UTech. UWI, NCU, and UCC. Yes, I did study at UTech for a little while back in the day when it was CAST, I think. College of Arts, Science and Technology.
Yes. You touch all of the institution there, man.
I have, almost, yeah.
So what brought you with, so there's attorney, there's educator.
Well, the attorney came after all of that.
Well, yeah.
After the master's in Ed Psych and lecturing in IT for a decade, then I decided I wanted to study law.
Look at you.
And so
Look at you.
I'm now an attorney.
And then what led you then and inspired you to take the political route?
The political route, I want to say it's in my roots. Yeah, it's kind of serving the country. It feels natural. It feels like something you're supposed to do. That's how I grew up. My parents, my grandparents, teachers. My grandfather used to work with the KSAC as accountant. My grandmother was a teacher. My granduncles were like postmasters. It's just something you do. And it's just my time now. It just felt like the right time to step into representational politics.
Tell me how it is that you kind of get into the minds of people in terms of what they want, what they need, what you can provide, what type of service you can bring. How do you kind of bridge that gap?
All right, so I'm representing St. Andrew North Eastern, which, as you know, is where I live. And so I don't really have to get too much into the minds of people because I live it. And that's one of the reasons, that's one of the things that drove me to it. Seeing the need for a certain quality of representation. And to be honest, I didn't initially say that I should be that person. Just in conversations with other people about the representation that we need. And they said, why don't you do it? And then I said, well, why don't I do it? And so I'm doing it.
All right, so give me, ideally, your manifesto speaks about safer communities, economic upliftment, youth empowerment, transparency, all the... Oh, look at you. Is you that?
That's me.
Is you that,
and
Daddy?
My daddy, yes.
All right, before I get to that question, like how the picture distract me, Stacey, distract me. Being the daughter of, K.D. Knight, right? How do you think you can differentiate yourself, kind of charter your own path versus kind of falling in the shadows, or because as somebody who is compared to her father very often, how does that affect you?
But the first thing is that I don't wear a beard.
Okay, that helps.
So, yeah,
that helps.
I'm not him. I'm not him. I'm not 6'3". I'm not male. I'm not that guy. Okay, I love him dearly. He's my daddy. I have some of his DNA, of course, but we're not the same person, and I've never tried to be him or to be like him. I'm not doing this because he did it. In fact, if I wanted to following his shadow in his footsteps, I would have taken the constituency that he represented. It's a much easier win. Natalie Nita, my big sister, has been encouraging me to come there and run. She has done 4 terms and she wanted to quit, you know, but I shouldn't say quit, but she was ready to hand the baton to someone else. And she did ask me if I wanted to come there, but I don't feel that call. I really feel a call to run where I am, where I live, where I see and feel. And so I'm not just following Daddy's footsteps. I'm doing what I feel a call to do. Certainly the call that I feel is influenced by him. He's my father. I've lived with him, you know. He grew me, he raised me, along with my mother, of course. But I just really am not
him.
I'm not even trying to be him. I didn't do law to try to be the lawyer that he is. I'm not. Just being my own person. And
I understand.
I guess, you know, we do what we see and what we know.
Yeah.
People who are doctors, their kids are going to want to be doctors. Taxi driver, have them son a taxi driver too. But, you know, yeah.
All right. So tell me then, I touched on the manifesto. I feel like it covers so many things. There's a vision for many different things, different aspects of improving Jamaica.
Yeah.
Tell me, if you could have your way, what do you think is something very urgent for you, very dear to you, that you would want to touch on and run with immediately if given the opportunity, and an unlimited budget?
Boy, okay. The first thing for me would be education. Yeah, we have 3 primary schools in the constituency of St. Andrew Northeastern: the New Day Primary, the Shortwood Practicing Primary, and the Jacks Hill Primary School. We have also a plethora of early childhood institutions, basic schools, lots of them, and just 1 high school. And we're lucky to have a teacher's college. I would make sure that from the early childhood right through to the teacher's college. In fact, I should probably start at the teacher's college, because that's where the teachers are trained. But, you know, it's a cycle. I would make sure that our education in the constituency is top-notch, that we're delivering the best and the brightest, you know, outcomes. That's where I would start. Unlimited budget. Every child would have all the resources that they need. Every teacher would have all the resources that they need to make sure that we are training people to be brilliant.
It's time to wrap, but I have one last thing, so tell me quickly. For somebody who says, "Cha, all politicians are the same. It no matter who win. It no matter, me can't matter." You know that mindset.
Yeah.
What would you say to that person who thinks my vote doesn't really make a difference, nothing will change, it won't make a difference? What would you say to that person who's probably on the fence right now?
Right. So things will change, and things do change all the time. Sometimes very slowly, sometimes quickly, sometimes in radical ways, sometimes, you know, pitter-patter, step by step. For me, my plans include making St. Andrew Northeastern first world. First world. Like mobile health clinics, homework centers, churches and the schools and the entire community working together to build things. The business incubators, mentorship for young people, internships, jobs, skill training, building entrepreneurship to add entrepreneurship to the creativity of the young people who are brilliant but not making money from it because they just don't know how to put the pieces together. Community policing, making the Grand Spine police station used more to do what it was designed to do. It's a model police station being underutilized as a community center. There's so much that I want to do and will do when I become Member of Parliament of St. Andrew Northeastern. Join me and bring your friends to come and vote. Vote for Stacey Knight on September 3. If you live or know anybody who lives in St. Andrew Northeastern, that's Barbican and Waterloo divisions, Cherry Gardens, Russell Heights, Graham Heights, Sandy Park, Surbiton, Paddington, all of these areas. Jacks Hill, Peters Rock. Hail up to my Peters Rock folks. Acadia, of course.
Hey. Well, that sounds like you have it covered, man. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for giving us an inside view on Stacey Knight. And, you know, September 3, you heard the lady say it. She said it, you know, make sure that you vote, right? So our guest has been...
vote for me.
Our guest has been Stacey Knight, Attorney-at-Law and PNP MP candidate for St. Andrew Northeastern. Now we head into the break, and when it's over, morning news time with me. See you.